become quite an amazing adult. I would like to immediately hand over the speeches to students who Stacey has requested speak at her graduation, and they will be leaving for work, and then we will proceed with our graduation ceremony soon after. So I would like to ask Jonathan Churchill to come up first.
You know, Stacey, I've known you for years and years, and I'm gonna miss you. I hope you come back to visit. Thanks.
I know you, Stacey, for probably, let's see, probably 7 years, and I'm really going to miss you, and I hope we stay in touch, all right?
Able to come up and say a few words to Stacey.
I've known you for about a little over 2 years now, and in that time, as Michelle stated, I too agree that you have become quite a remarkable young woman. You've worked in a number of different places, including Cabot's and Newton Wellesley, Marty's, and the most remarkable place that I can recall you working at was when I spotted your picture in a newspaper article from the Tab. And you had a whole feature article on you, how great you were doing at Blockbuster Video. You had pioneered you were the first student who we faded on with the job coaches, and look where you've come. You were nominated Employee of the Month. You just did a fabulous job working there, and you have a real bright future ahead of you. I wish you the best, and it's been a pleasure knowing you. And I know that you're a little sad right now, but I think that's a natural feeling for you to have. And I just want you to know how happy we are and proud of you, and that we wish you all of the best in your future.
Thank you.
Stacey, when our day has finally come, I always cry. Don't even worry. In trying to think of things to say about Stacey Taylor, one of them is we're a long way from the Martin Young Middle School, aren't we? Oh, he's got a bloody nose. I met Stacey for the first time at the Martin Young Middle School in probably March of 1986. Stacey started at this school on May 15th, 1986. There have been a lot of people who have come to know Stacey, to work with her, and I'll just read a list of people in no particular order. Mary Jane, Nara, Julie Lukin, Ellen O'Brien, Nita Grant, Dawn, John Zabinski, Jen Reagan, Michelle Babbitts, Karen Leginsky, can't read it, Paula Donnelly, Leslie Ray. Do you remember Leslie Ray?
Yeah.
I haven't thought of Leslie Ray.
She was awesome.
Dr. Palavon, Angie, Pam Cavallero, Leslie Lamont. Let us not forget Leslie Lamont. Jessica Halper, and all the people who are working with you today. Have worked together with your family, your mother, your father, your brother. It's been a long trek. It's been a good trek, but a long one. One of the theme that I'd like to talk about today that I think has been particularly difficult is Stacey's acknowledgement of her sadness about leaving, but yet moving on to the future of being an adult in the world of work. So I'd like to look at three major, or mention three major goals of this school that you have been very successful at, Stacey. The first is you've been better able to communicate to people what you need, who you are, and what you're able to do and not able to do. Yeah. You've been better able to understand your feelings so that over the past few months, or actually we should go back the past few years, when you became aware that you were leaving this school, you understood how you felt about it. And you were able to label it as sadness and continue in your daily routine. And you were able to learn some cognitive things and some life skill things that helped you understand the world better and function. You were the first graduate of this school to work independently in the community. I think that's a remarkable achievement. Remarkable. Your success in all these areas has helped you to become a capable young adult with a future. This is the positive side of your efforts. The disappointing side of all this good news is that it's time to graduate and say goodbye. In my opinion, your greatest accomplishment is the fact that you understand this situation. You've expressed your feelings about it and have been able to cope with the mixed feelings that you have and continue to function. Your graduation is a product of our work together. All these people, your friends at this school, your parents, your manager at Blockbuster, and particularly you, Stacey. Because without you wanting to do it, it couldn't be done. In trying to think about how to leave you with something, there's two songs that I particularly like. And I think they speak to the issue, the dilemma you're in. One is by Neil Young. It's an old song. It's called Sugar Mountain. And I didn't have time to tape it, but I plan to. I plan to tape these two songs and send them to you. The first song is about leaving Sugar Mountain. If I could sing, I would do it, but we won't do that. But it's about, his verses are about being on a mountain with balloons and barkers and turning 20 and having to leave. And that's leaving school. This has been a base for you.
Forgive me.
The other song is a song by James Taylor that's called Carolina on My Mind. And it's a lament that he has about missing people and things. And what he relies on is his memory of those events and the memory of what Carolina meant to him. And those are really the only two things that we have to hold on to when we leave someplace that you love and whom we love. It's a bitter pill. You are a unique person for having this level of understanding. I'm very proud of your accomplishments, and I will miss you, Stacey.
Miss you too, Tom. You're awesome. Well, it's hard to go after that, but I'll try.
And I also am going to cry today a little bit. Because, Stacey, you're a very remarkable person. You are my first memory of league school. When I came here in 1989, you met me, I think in room 223, and you said, we're going to the pool today. Do you remember this? We're going to the pool today, I said. And I said, okay, and we walked to the pool, and she said, Stacey, you said it's going to rain. You remember this? And I said, oh, in that reassuring way, I said, it's not going to rain, we'll be okay. And we walked, and you said, I don't want to swim. And I said, well, I'll sit with you. And you told me everything there was to know about everybody in your class. And that was really important. You told me all about the teachers, all about the school. And then you said, it's going to rain, and I'm a little afraid. And I said, it's not going to rain, we'll be fine. And then the sky got really gray and dark. And it started to rain, and it started to pour. And you said, what are we going to do? And I said, what are we going to do? And you were remarkable then. And you remember what happened? It was the only time I think this ever happened. Tom drove in a station wagon with Mary Jane Weinstein, another one, and they all picked us up. And I remember thinking, you know, league school's going to take care of me, and league school's going to take care of you. And I think that was the start of my job here, and I'll always remember that. I'll always remember that day in particular, because it was very striking. And I also learned something from that, is that I should always listen to what you have to say, because you're usually right. You know, it's true. And whenever there's rain coming, and I think maybe there's not, I'm going to ask you. I'm going to think about you, and I always think, you know, in like that, thunderstorms, and you always know what's going to happen before it happens. It's really remarkable. And in those 9 years, I've seen you grow. I've seen you become an accomplished young lady. You're working at Blockbuster. You're going to your own home. And I'm really, really, well, two things. I'm really proud of you. You've worked really hard. You've overcome an enormous amount of challenges throughout the time that I've been here. And you've done just an incredible job. And without your hard work and your courage and your strength, this could not be happening. So, and I want to thank you for letting me get to know you, because you've just been, I say the same things over and over, but you've just been remarkable, so good luck.
See my old roommate? You know how well I protected you and watched over you and helped you? And for that, I'm going to miss you. So I brought a little something with me that I named it Paddington.
Oh!
Open it, Stace.
Nancy, that is awesome.
It's a pleasure, Stace.
Glad you got to come.
Chris couldn't make it,
Yeah,
but I
right.
got here. I left you a message last night when he told me at 7:30.
We already got back and told me. Thank you, Nancy.
Do not worry, Stacey. I will send the message to him when I return.
I'll keep in touch. I will give you my phone number wherever I am.
I'll be waiting for you, Stacey.
Thanks, Nancy.
You're welcome.
Stacey, I've known you for a little over 9 years now, or 11 years, I would say, because I began here in 1987 in January, when I first met you in room 225 when I was only 13 years old. And we've gotten to really become good friends as we were getting to know each other as the years had gone by, as time went on. We had a lot of fun together. We've done some really cool things at certain times, and it was really fun, and it meant a lot to me, and I believe that it did a lot to you too. Let's keep in touch.
Oh, definitely. Thank you, Greg.
Stacey, I've known you since birth, what the league happened. I'm very proud of you, and I can't thank the league school enough for all they've done. John, Leslie, Tom, Herman. It's been so many years. This is the end of an era for us. Who are we going to call now? The league school, challenge house? But we're so proud of you. You've come a tremendous way. You know, only the people that have known you for that whole distance know the miracle that has occurred here at the league school. And if there's anything I can do to the league school for any of the things that are going on, like write to the mayor or whatever, for if that school is needed, to tell them what they're giving up or whatever, or they have to move or whatever, I will be very willing to do whatever I can. I've gone as high as the governor before. I will do that again. Just point me in the right direction and tell me what I can do, and that's all I can say. Thank you very much.
I'll let you know that Stacey is a wonderful musician, and she is my heavy metal consultant. And I will miss that because there wasn't anybody else that I had up until this point that really seriously liked heavy metal music. So she kept me abreast of what was hip and what was not. And in spite of that deep interest in that type of music, she was more than willing to sing anything that I threw at her. So I am so grateful for your willingness to sing all those solos at all those shows, and just to be there for me. You're just such a great support in the music program, and I'm really going to miss you. And I hope you keep singing and keep your music going, because it's such a big part of your life. So good luck.
I want to also thank my lovely wife, Shelley, because with all that I've had to do, without having her at my side to do everything that I've had to do, I probably would not have been able to. So, I want to thank her. Give her a round of applause.
Stacey. Okay. Now we're going to people. Okay. I wrote this at Dunkin' Donuts this morning. Okay. After last night, after we packed, I kept thinking, you know, how many times in the past few months have I told you to be brave? And I figured that I could be a little brave today and say a whole speech. I wanted you to know how proud I am of you. In your years at League School and Challenge House, I've known you for 4 years, but I know that lots, 11 years. You've done a lot of work before I even met you, but since I've met you, you've learned a lot, you've accomplished a lot. Academically and vocationally, you're a star at Blockbuster. Everyone in this room knows how hard you've worked and always tried your best. Congratulations, Steve. Just because you're graduating from school and moving on, it doesn't mean you stop learning or working hard. I know you know that. If anything, you have to work even harder to remember everything you've learned so that you continue to make better choices and learn from your mistakes. You know, don't make the same ones over and over. We all do that. It's a lesson we all learn. I'm still learning. If there's one thing I know about you, is that you don't give up. You never have, and I believe you never will. And I know you'll always remember Angie. I know that even when situations became really difficult, you'd talk about it, and you would keep going. And sometimes there were things that were so hard that you'd say things or do things that you wish you didn't, and we all do that. And I know that you know nobody's perfect. You would start all over again. You talked about clean slates, and you would always move on. And you were an example to the kids at Challenge House and to your classmates. And I believe that you will continue to be an example wherever you go, to a new place, or to a new job, to a new house, with new friends. But don't forget you always have your old friends, okay? Your grandfather told you many times, and you were very proud of it. You always told me that he told you, whatever they give you at League School, you can do it. And I know that everyone here today feels that whatever life gives you, from this point on, you can do it. Okay? Say okay. Okay. I'm gonna miss you a lot, but I don't. This is not goodbye, okay?
You know me, I'm Stacey's brother, Sean. It seems like Stacey's gone to the league school for so long. I only have a few memories of Stacey before she went to the league school. One is which she is good at giving people tattoos. She gave me, she took a permanent marker in when I was about, 4 years old. She put 2 pen marks, I believe, that are right here, and my mother went crazy. The other was, we had this dog. His name was Friend. I think my auntie Betty made it or something. This is little dumb doll, and we used to trade it. I'd give her a tape, she'd give me a tape, and it went back and forth between them. And one day we were fighting over it and just ripped in half. That was besides the point. And those of you who know Bunny and Salty. But I just wanted to tell you, Stacey, I'm very proud of you. And you know, you work at Blockbuster, and you've done a really good job. And as Don said, Grandpa would be very proud of you.
Come up here. I think the main thing I want to say, Stacey, is thank you so much for your participation in group. I think you put in 110%. You're always there. You always cared. You always were open and honest. And you were an inspiration to me, and I think to the other students. And I feel very proud of you too in how you coped, how you acknowledged your feelings, but you still coped and you went on. And I can see that all the things that were named by the other people who spoke for you, I could right away see what they were talking about. It didn't take much effort to picture what they were saying, because you are brave, you are special, you're all of the things that people talked about, and I wish you the very best. I'm going to miss having you, and just wish you the best. Okay, thanks so much.
I just want you to know, I know we had some tough times and I pushed you really hard, but I really care about you, and that's why I pushed so hard, and I hope you know that. I miss you a lot. I'm sure you're going to have great futures.
I know you since 1982. I came here, and I'm going to work about Pacifico. I'm going to miss you very, very much.
I just want to say I came here in 1986, and I remember that first day. It was May 19th, it was on a Monday. And I came home from school. I was nervous because it was my first day. Of course, you're nervous going to any new places. And lead school was a new place. And I was scared. But the first time I came home, it was my brother's 7th birthday party. My mom said to me, "How's your day?" And I said, "I liked it." After the first day, I remember who my teachers were exactly. I remember all my classmates. I remember what classroom I was in. And ever since then, I love this place so much. There's so many people that have come and gone. And I loved everybody. People that are here now, the people that are left. And league school's helped me so much. I've had some silly times and my rough times when I was younger, but I guess we all have. And if it wasn't for league school, I wouldn't have come this far. And I'm going to miss the school so much. And even though I was so sad, I know I have to move on. I know I have no choice. I love the school. I'll always remember league school, and I'll always come back to visit. And I thank everybody who's coming today, who I mailed out letters, and everybody that I gave invitations to in school. I love you all, and I'll always have you guys in my heart.
our graduation ceremony, I would like to conclude with just a few brief words. And then, I've been a teacher for 20 years. And what I have experienced being a teacher in the teaching program and watching the students in our program obtain the jobs that they've obtained, and you in particular, the historic person, the first person of the league school to work without a job coach, has been one of the most moving experiences of my career. And I know that you have a wonderful life ahead of you. I know that's hard to understand today, but you are a phenomenal success. I am so proud of you as a teacher, and I wish you the best of luck, and I'm going to miss you a lot. Congratulations.
Thanks, Michelle. I didn't really have a speech plan, so I didn't really finish my speech by a long run. I also want to thank Challenge House. Challenge House has been a really big place for me the 5 years that I've been there. All the staff at Challenge House have been awesome. I know that sometimes they get a little upset with the kids, but that's like having brothers and sisters, so I guess they're like brothers and sisters to me. I always love the kids, and I want to thank all the staff, especially Don Degnan, who everybody knows is the most important person in my life right now, one of the most important people who I want to know forever, and helped me so much, and I could not have got this far without Dawn either. She's awesome.
That's the only thing. How'd you like that, Mary Monica? Good graduation, huh? She's with us. She's walking over.
We'll just wait. Okay, go for it.
Very good.
Thank you.
All right. Okay.
Snoopy, I didn't buy my costume for the kid and say bye to me, okay?
And this is Dawn, and she hates to have the camera on.
Just a little.
Luke's awesome. I'm going to miss Luke.
Two of me. Two
Okay, this is a necklace from Marty.
That's Greg's. Yeah, Mom, this is one from Greg.
Okay.
This is Greg's. Yeah, I knew. Yeah, that was the necklace. This nice.
What do you want to do? Well, this that I'm concerned about. Yeah, please. No, that's not pretty. Birthstone earrings from Greg. Which stone is that? What stone? Peridot. Green peridot. Yeah. Peridot. Okay, go ahead.
This Lisa. I didn't see Lisa. She's so quiet.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Oh yeah. First. Grace, would you like a chair?
Whatever you want. Okay, Kathy, she will take that chair.
Get her a chair.
Right
Hi, everybody.
There's a chair right here. John, who was this from? I don't know. Open it up. There's writing in it. Oh, no, there's not.
Is that from you?
I'm sorry, no.
Oh, who's it from?
I don't know. We don't know.
What was it with? Was it in this bag? Where was it? Was it in here?
Yeah.
Well, isn't there a card in there?
Maybe
Get all the
it's
cards.
Joan. I think it might be from Joan.
What about all these cards? But the card's probably in here. There must be one that's just this. I'll have to check.
Honey. Oh, you hang on this for me. Hang on this for me.
Okay.
Thank you, Auntie Honey. Where are you? Thank you. Parents have a little coffee. I just think thinking about Bunny and make myself feel better. That's why I'm saying that.
Yeah.
Haven't you seen her before? This is from Pam Egler. Thank you, Pam. This is from Pam, Mom. Mom, should I keep it in the envelope?
Yes, yes. I can take it.
Wait, maybe this is from Joan. I don't know.
Do I have? No,
No, I think
that's from.
This is from you? Oh, okay.
Angie, this is Joan's bag.
Yeah, that's from Joan.
Because you're a star.
She's charming.
I don't know. Stacy, because you're a star. See the bag?
To you? Oh, thank you. Yeah. Oh, star.
I don't know who they're from. I can't keep track of it.
Thank you, Sandra.
You're welcome.
Wow, Sandra, thank you.
You're welcome. That's so you can keep track of everybody.
That's awesome.
You'll be able to know where everybody is.
I can give you
And
some
you?
former league school
Did it keep phone numbers?
students' days.
Everything. Phone numbers, addresses,
Sean can help you set it up.
your appointments. And then
Sean will help you set
that
it
has a
up.
launch pad.
I volunteered him.
Yeah, so you can back it up.
It's right. You look at it just for a regular computer.
Very
You have
nice.
to see if your residence has a computer.
Stacy, I can give you.
Joe! Yeah, it's actually this was Joe.
Okay.
Yeah, actually it is, because it's our Joe. Michelle! You got
Yes, when I developed this block of roll
You'll have to ask Joan. She'll tell you what's the mix-up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's her name, Princess. Debbie, Joy, I've never spoken to her.
I think she had to go back upstairs.
Yeah, but she told me I'd see you later. Not much, Debbie. Did you ever have Debbie?
Just a letter from Debbie.
Debbie?
Got a lot of presents today. Yeah.